very unique temple, for mortuary temple of Queen Hatshepsut. Some people, they said the sound of the name is hard to pronounce. Okay, some people, they said the same thing, hot chicken soup. I made more shame, say hat, suit, but cheap one. Hat, cheap suit. I know it's will let you pronounce the name 100% right, but I know it's she. Queen Hatshepsut. But anyway, as we mentioned, she dreaming to rule. That's why she already, she wants to think people will not believe in her. She comes with the idea of, how her divine birth from the god Amun-Ra. That's why she improved. She's not even the daughter of the pharaoh himself, as she's the daughter of the god Amun-Ra. That's why the god, her mother, is her father. So that's why she, protects or is being protected by the god, her father. God will help her. She got power and, from the god. She made, that's it? No. She wear a man clothes. She put the false beard. She made a lot of her statues man body to tell people there is no difference between me and man. By the way, she was a very good ruler. She ruled around 22 years. She built a lot of stuff all over Egypt. Economy in her time was very good. Service in her time was very good. She never lead army and fight, but she got another idea to keep the peace. Trade was the other empires. Even we find there is a record about trading with a place or a country. Back in the time they call it Taunt land, which is already right nowadays we knows it by Somalia. So imagine how far she goes for the trade to keep the peace. Trade was the other empires to keep the peace. That's why she was a very good ruler. 22 years, did a lot of things. But what happened? Hold on, the 22 years fair enough for the baby to grow up. Thutmose III. That's why they found, okay, hold on, I should be the pharaoh. I should have the power. And I think now I gets old and I gets very good experience. That's why he kick it out and start to rule. Some people, they goes the one destroying his scenes. Already we have a lot of other pharaohs. They have the reason to destroying the scenes as well of Queen Hatshepsut. First one of them, Ramses II. You remember in his list, her name being missing from the list. Why? Female pharaoh. He said female pharaoh. I don't like that idea. Take her name off. That's why that maybe give him also an idea to chisel her name off because he want to erase her time. Another guy, Akhenaten. He said no god Amun-Ra. And Hatshepsut, she's the daughter of the god Amun-Ra. That's why he also has reasons to remove her names and her scenes. Another one, Amenhotep, last pharaoh in the 18th dynasty. He was a general commander, and imagine when the commander of the military comes to power and then find in the history female pharaoh. They also don't like that idea as well. That's why the people also they have the reasons for destroying the scenes. I mean, even if Thutmose III is one of them, but it's not the only one. Okay? But why they try to chiseling her name, chiseling her scenes? They want to erase her time. This lady, she was in a power. No, she was in a power for the actual pharaoh, Thutmose III. That's why they want to erase her time. But we still have a lot of stuff for Queen Hatshepsut, and we still talk about her, and her cartouches. We're gonna see it in her obelisk, which is still erected in Karnak Temple in Luxor. But the idea of how she built her mortuary temple, it's different because it's not consisted of pylon and open courtyard and hypostyle hall, then Holy of Holies. No, it seems like a step to the heavens, 3 floors. Some people said this is the first time ever we got that style. First one, he did that style, Middle Kingdom. Amenhotep II, but his temple is destroyed. Then Hatshepsut, she made her, took his, the architect Senenmut, he took the style from the temple of Amenhotep, in the Middle Kingdom. Then later Thutmose, he loves the idea. He make a little temple, mortuary temple, while he make another temple nearby the Ramesseum as well for himself. Later as a normal mortuary temple, but now with so guys, you can take the pictures. So the first one to the left hand side was the trees in front. This Amenhotep II. The one at the top, the small one, is Thutmose III. This is the one we are going to visit right now, Hatshepsut Temple. We used to be a Sphinx ebony as well, like a Sphinx way leading the temple, It's copied from the Middle Kingdom, from the temple of take the pictures and come here. To explore the temple because it's hot. By the way, comes to your right and left hand side here, rows of trees. With some they write down it's already back to the time of Queen Hatshepsut, because Egypt in ancient time, mostly desert, doesn't have a lot of trees. They brought this from the Punt land, Somalia. Is that the original one? There is no evidence for this. This is the original one, but yes, we find the rows of trees during the excavation. By the way, it used to be like, as we said, a Sphinx Avenue. We know it also by a Sphinx Way that leads you to the temple. While you see a renovation of two of those sphinxes will be to your right and left hand side.
In the mountain.
That's tombs for work. Tombs for work. It's work of tombs all around, because as they work here for building the temples of the pharaohs, you want to join them because that became like a protection zone.
Yes.
You want to join them in the same protection. That's why when you make your tomb so close, you go and join them in the same protection, because the area became like a protection zone.
Okay, before the people come.
Yeah. Wait, you guys. Okay.
I just got 3, 4, something like that. Thank you.
Yeah, on the way.
Just ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ರೆಡ್ ಫೋಟೋ
Okay.
See barely a part of the cartouche of Queen Hatshepsut here. Her birth name might you know, the like might is justice, Ka is the spirit, Ra is God. So the spirit is justice over that. And also the coronation in Gennet Imen Hatshepsut. Want the photo?
catching the 1 second to make it look like there's music.
Yeah, okay, yours?
Half, right?
Oh, yeah.
So well, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna explain the master scenes and the most important things. Then I will give you free time for yourself to enjoy yourself. Okay? First thing is main god of the temple here for sure is Hatshepsut because the mortuary temple, but she's celebrating for sure has the main god of the temple will be her father, the god Amun-Ra, the king of the gods. There is a concept people they said if you take a line from here from the holy of the holies, like at the top, you take a line to the city, you will be hitting the holy of the holies of Karnak temples, and, you know, for the god Amun-Ra. If you take a line from the back, you will hit the Valley of the Kings. Special spot will be the tomb of Queen Hatshepsut herself. Think about how they did that thousands of years ago. Tells a very clever architect. But including here, we have some shrines for some other gods. Very important, yes. First one, goddess Hathor. Hathor. So let's go right now to the chapel of goddess Hathor. Then I'm gonna explain and see the scenes here, you know, which is about the trade with the other empires. Then we see the scenes of the house, so the divine birth from the god. Then we end with the chapel of the god Anubis, god of mummification. So easy steps here. So the other temple of Thutmose used to be at the top. The other temple of Amenhotep II, the older one, back to, as we mentioned, so the middle kingdom, it's right here, to your left hand side right now. The other one used to be on the top, up there. Goddess Hathor, she's considered the motherhood goddess for all of the pharaohs. She's goddess of fertility, music, agriculture. Main image of this goddess is a cow. That's why she's considered holy cow, the sky cow. Yes, you know. That's why you see here the relationship of between the queen Hatshepsut, you know, and so the motherhood goddess, you know, Hathor, cow, or will be woman with the two horns of the cow and a sun between them, or woman with two cow ears, as you will see the top of the columns or the crown of the columns here. You know, you will see that, you know, it contains decorated by the woman face with the cow ears. Also see a beautiful one here for the cow, you know, the beautiful goddess Hathor. She's the wife of the god Horus, god of the protection. the pharaoh. Hathor. 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 Guys, if you come here, you would see one of the master scenes. Look at this. The queen Hatshepsut sitting underneath of the cow, suckling milk from the cow. I mean, suckling milk from who? From the goddess. Get protection, power from the goddess. Goddess, feed her, so her mother, you know. That's why, and she's ruling Egypt, because every pharaoh said, Goddess Hathor is my mother, because she helped him to rule Egypt under her control, she protect him. Because every pharaoh, he represented Horus on the earth. What I mean, the protector of the earth. The real mother of Horus, Isis. But the one look after him until he gets old and prepare him to make the revenge, Hathor. That's why every pharaoh said, Goddess Hathor is my mother. So she helped him to rule Egypt under control. She protect him. That's why you see, I'm ruling Egypt under the control of the goddess Hathor, and goddess Hathor protect her, and she's suckling now. So her mother. That's why that's one of the master scenes. So you see the queen start to sitting underneath of the cow, suckling milk from the cow. I mean, suckling milk from the goddess. So feed her mother. So let's right now also get some colors for food, because that temple used to be so beautiful, and that shrine here for goddess Hathor used to be so beautiful, by the way. See, so we put this part because we're still doing some restoration, removing the skin, you know, the dust and the skin, but you could see, you know, still in such a lot of colors here. I'm gonna take a quick photo, you know, of the colors, because I know it's very hot, so. See, like the boats are sailing in the Nile River, you know, and the queen, she's being, you know, followed by but the only way to make everybody to see the difference, this is original, this is not. That's why I see the segment that's not original, but the rest of the other master, you know, that's a part of the original.
So when they made it, they made the new column and then they put the plaster back on?
Yeah, because as we said, that happened in the tombs, happens in the temples as well. It depends on the quality of the stone. If the quality will absorb the colors, okay. If not, so for sure they cannot make it on the stone, the bottom of the stone. They put the layer of plaster. That's why here use a layer of plaster. That's why all of that parts from the original ones. As you see, by the way, you see what here? The later. That's why amazing, you know, that way back in the time they had the laters. Okay? You see donkey, maybe you never seen donkey before. But here you see that, so the idea for the trips heating, the boots heating down, you know, to Somalia, you know, to make the trade. That's why I start to see all of the boats. They show you the river, and they show even there's some fishes in the river. It makes sense. That's a real river with fishes. I mean, they're sailing through the Nile River here, and you see, like, you know, they start the trade. They start to give the stuff they don't have. They have it to take the stuff they don't have it. Okay, but mostly they brought trees. They brought incense. Okay, we will see the scenes of the incense. And they brought also baboons. Egypt it has monkeys, but not baboons. That's why baboons used to come from Africa. Garage and stuff. We will see a lot of the scenes. That's why, for sure, the biggest scene will be the pharaoh himself. What here is Queen Hatshepsut. You know, you see the trees. They brought it, and you see the colors. You know, of the trees. You see the scenes of the trees right in front of you here. Because as we mentioned, with Egypt in ancient time, mostly desert, but we have any trees. What is this red big thing? That's incense. That's incense. So Egypt has essential oils. So And you see, you will see starting when you repeat everything right in front of you. You will see the zapta. This one has the papyrus scroll, and you start with this pen, records everything. It's in the record, you know. That's why all this sort of stuff. Then the queen, she started to see, she looked like a man, as we mentioned, but this is Queen Hatshepsut herself. She started holding the incense to offer here. The one that's wet, this hair, but she's wearing the headdress, not the crown, but headdress, the war headdress. Okay, it's called the red headdress. She's holding some of the incense. They brought it to offer it for the god Amun-Ra. Yes, while already the priestess, they are holding the holy part of the god Amun-Ra, but I don't see the heart, but here through the scenes of the priestess carry the holy water, the holy part. We could hardly see up there. Sorry, I'm sorry that I forgot my point. So at the bus. But you see up there, the ram head. This is the image of the god Amun-Ra. This is the image of god Amun-Ra. Would be man with two feathers over the head, or man with a ram head. Ram is an sacred animal of the god Amun-Ra. So finally here you see the queen is sitting on her throne, and underneath you see the lines. I mean, you know, as you said, you used to have some lines. So please worship. The beginning of the walk to the third floor, you see the falcon, image of the falcon, image of the god Horus, god of the protection. I mean, protecting, you know, the main part of the temple. So now we will move to the other side here. So let's move to the أحمد أنت هتخش يا نوبس؟ طيب خش أنت من هناك يعني؟ طيب خلاص ماشي تمام. So guys, come to the shade here, and so beautiful ceiling, so beautiful colors. You will see it here. The blue ceiling, the blue sky with the stars, the golden stars. Goddess Nunu, goddess of the sky. So. know, this shrine here of the, it's actually the main god of this part over here is the god Anubis, god of mummification and protector of the tomb, as we explained, you know, the scenes here. Group 3, I'm here, okay? I am here. So yeah, group 3, I'm here.
Some people still coming.
No, there's some other divan to the other side. This Ahmed is there. So wherever you want to go to listen to them is no problem. Anyway, so here is the legend of this chapel, the chapel of the god Anubis, god of mummification, protector of the tomb. Here, you know, that's why you see the image, the human body was the head of the jackal, or could be a jackal, as we see. Also, you see one amazing, for sure you cannot escape that is very important, Osiris at the top there, Osiris, god of the underworld, the leader of the underworld, the leader of the paradise, the god of the underworld. But let's see, you know, it's a funny thing, every time you will see Osiris is on a little step. Why? Why? You know, after making the mummification, body shrinks. That's why his body shrinks. That's why they put that step to show off his body shrinks. Why? Because already we will speak about this when we head into Aswan. When we, you know, I mean, tomorrow we're gonna be in the East Bank of Luxor, Luxor Temple. Then our boat will be start to sail to the south. We stop by a temple called Edfu Temple, and we will speak in details about that story for the fighting between good and bad, the fighting between two brothers, Osiris and Set. That's why he's the first dead person, you know, in the universe. That's why he turned himself into to be god of the underworld, god of the paradise. That's why his body is being divided into pieces. You collect the body, make a mummification. That's why I see he's in a mummified pose, wrapped in linen sheets. Okay? That's why after mummification, body shrinks. But he's a god, has to be bigger than anybody else, even bigger than the pharaoh himself. That's why they replaced that part by a little step.
Question. So this here is, that one was all about Hathor, this
Hatshepsut here is Anubis.
Anubis.
Main
Okay.
god is Anubis. But we still see scenes for other gods as here. As we said, Osiris. Okay. Here, Ra, Hur, Akhti. Not Horus. No. So human body, head of falcon, sun disk over the head. Ra, Hur, Akhti, Horus, rise up with Ra in the horizon. You know, here is this is Nephthys. Okay. Here you see now, I will tell you why I'm doing. I read the name because I will tell you like how he knows Isis from Nephthys. We will show in the hieroglyphics. You know, you're not gonna read Hari, but I'm gonna show you the hieroglyphics how he knows that. Here you see the main god of the temple, the god Amun-Ra, sitting on his chair. So the man with the two feathers over the head, while in front of him the offering table, and you see how many offers they put right in front of the god. One of the people said, okay, why they put daily offers in front of the god, while it seems that you're not gonna eat this. In the same moment they put the oil offering, they believe the spirit of the god comes. The spirits can listen, see, and smell. That's why, let's say, if the spirit comes and smells and it's not a fresh food, you not look after the image of the god, you will get a punishment. But if it comes and it's fresh, it means you look after the image of the god, you get the health, the blessing, and the protection. Okay? خلصت يا احمد؟ خلص انت ليه تقول لي يلا؟ والله انا سمعت. Okay, now let's switch with the other group. Here, the legend of, you know, that's the chapel Anubis sitting as Amun-Ra here, the legend of the whole temple, but here the legend of the chapel itself, Anubis, god of mummification, protector of the tomb. is sitting in front of him. You know, you see the offering table and you see all of the offers that you put right in front of him. As we said, so the ceiling is beautiful. So guys, you can take your photos and then we move to see the second part.